Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and today we're going to do a CD haul video. I've done a lot of vinyl hauls in the past, probably less of those from here on out, but I'm getting more back into buying CDs, so CD hauls are probably going to be a little more common from here on out. You can actually get a lot of older used CDs for pretty cheap, so let's take a look at some of the most recent things that I got here, and there are some good finds. First of all, we have the Four Preps Capitol Collectors Series. This is an old vocal group from the 50s and 60s, probably best known for the song 26 Miles, Santa Catalina, which was actually heard in the film Bad Times at the El Royale, which is how I first discovered these guys. And there's some good stuff on here, as well as some more comedic pieces, which kind of surprised me. Next, we have the debut album from the Monkees. The Monkees, of course, ruled the airwaves back in the 60s with their TV show and their albums. And these days, Mickey Dolenz, unfortunately, is the only surviving member. Dolenz also had a bit of an acting career on the side, and he also voiced the character Arthur on the old animated superhero cartoon, The Tick. So, glad to see he's keeping busy, even if he is the last survivor. This also has 3 additional alternate version bonus tracks. The Jimi Hendrix Experience. Are you experienced? If you're a rock and roll fan, this is one that definitely belongs in your collection. Got the classic hits like Purple Haze, Manic Depression, Hey Joe, Fire, The Wind Cries Mary. And there's also a number of bonus tracks, although I wish they'd differentiated what are bonus tracks and where the original LP ends. Great classic album from one of the guitar world's true heroes. Next up we have Meatloaf Bat Out of Hell. Sadly, he just passed away not long ago. One of the truly epic theatrical rock performers. This features the classic title track, 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. And then there's also 2 additional bonus tracks on this reissue. Sadly, songwriter Jim Steinman also passed away not too terribly long ago. So I guess those two are enjoying their reunion in rock and roll heaven right now. Speaking of Meatloaf, this is his 90s follow-up comeback album, Meatloaf Bat Out of Hell 2, Back into Hell. This features the big comeback hit, I'd Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That. This guy, well, he sadly lost his life not long ago. The fact of the matter is he's, even well into his later years, was still going strong on the live stage. Here we have the Digipack remaster of Journey Infinity. Their 4th album, the first to feature vocalist Steve Perry, and the last to feature drummer Ainsley Dunbar. They did these reissues for most of the classic era Journey catalog, and glad I was able to find these at Record City in the budget bin for pretty cheap. Continuing along with Journey, this was the follow-up album, Evolution. Both of these albums were produced by Roy Thomas Baker, probably best known for his work with Queen. And this was drummer Steve Smith's first album with the band, who of course would go on to become one of their most integral, long-lasting members, who had like 3 different tenures with the band. Poison, Open Up and Say Ah. Their second album, the one that featured the #1 hit, Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Plus you got other tracks like Love on the Rocks, Look But You Can't Touch, Fallen Angel, Bad to Be Good, and of course the cover of Your Mama Don't Dance. It's also got 2 additional bonus tracks, which is nice. Actually found this one pretty cheap, used as well. I think the first 3 Poison albums got these remasters with bonus tracks, so now I need to hunt down the other 2. This is a CD single, Jane's Addiction, Been Caught Stealing. In like the late 80s and up through the 90s, these guys were pretty popular with a lot of big hits, including the likes of Jane Says and Stop. Been Caught Stealing was another big hit for them. This has the 12-inch remix and the album version, as well as a demo version of the song Had a Dad. Always good to add more Jane's Addiction to the collection. This is a band I definitely want to get more into and listen to more often. Next up, this is a great, very underrated classic hard rock band from the late 80s, early 90s, Kick Tracy. The album's called No Rules, and it features the minor hit song Don't Need Rules. They even did a cover of Simon & Garfunkel's Mrs. Robinson on here, which is surprisingly entertaining. It's a shame this isn't a band you hear about more, because this is a great album, and if you're into classic hard rock, you'll totally want to add this one to your collection too. And these days you can probably find it pretty cheap in used record shops. Here we have Aerosmith, A Little South of Sanity. This is a live album they did in the late 90s. Even up to the late 90s, Aerosmith was still a popular band, and hell, they're still amazingly popular today. These guys don't know when to quit, but I mean that in a good way. And still got the classic 5 guys on stage. Hopefully they'll be resuming their Vegas residency soon, because more Aerosmith is always a good thing. And the last CD in this haul, Jet, Shake a Rock. These guys were best known for their hit song, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? And then they had a few other minor hits off their first album. They had 2 follow-up albums that were actually pretty good. I don't know if they're actually still together or not, but I do like hearing stuff from this band every chance I get. And I'm glad I found this one pretty cheap. And there you have it for my first CD haul. What were your favorite picks in here? Comment down below, let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.